been a long night. I didn't head to the kitchen with the intention to eavesdrop on you two. I was actually going to ask Sandra if she'd lost one of her tail bangles. But I got there and you two seemed to be deep in conversation. I didn't want to interrupt, so I just kind of stood there and listened. Yes, I left the jewelry on the counter for her. How are you doing? I'm glad you got to meet some of my friends. How am I? Thanks for asking. I just got off my shift. Oh, my back hurts. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. The last soul I worked with wanted a piggyback to the other side. So I obliged. Of course, when I got back, the boss knew what I'd done. We submit these work reports, you see, and he got mad at me for being unprofessional. We're not supposed to give souls special treatment like that, but it's really hard for me not to. I kinda want to go that extra mile to make their transitions easier, you know what I mean? It's almost midnight now. Say, you want to come with me up to the Observatory tower? We'll be able to see the night sky better from up there. The staircase to the tower is to our right, but there's also this little pulley contraption over here. We stand on the platform like this, grab the rope, and pull ourselves up. I'll just put my scythe down. Are you ready? Up we go. I love it out here. It's wonderful to have some peace and quiet. Yes, in fact, I do come here often. You would think that a Reaper lives a lonely life, but that's a common misconception. Reapers are assigned to souls, and when the physical body dies, we take the soul to the other side. So most of the time, we have company. The deceased have a lot to say. They talk my ears off sometimes. Usually, when I get back from work, I'm craving some peace and quiet. But I have a soft spot for humans. I don't often work with human souls. When I do, they have all sorts of interesting stories to tell. Here we are. Stop. We can step off here. Mind your footing. Be careful when you swing your leg over the barricade. I don't think you're quite ready to go to the spirit realms just yet. Tie this rope up. All right. Come this way. I'll show you the best spot. Isn't it beautiful? There's no light pollution out here. Watching the stars is one of my favorite pastimes. Some people like to say that the brightest souls on earth become stars when they pass over. So when they look up into the night sky and talk or pray to the stars, they're talking to people they once knew. Yes, even though that's not how it works, I think it's a wonderful notion. Ideas like that create stories that bring living beings closer together. Look! Shooting stars! Are you going to make a wish? My wish has always been for souls to transition peacefully. Reapers do their best to make sure they do. More shooting stars! Wow! Even though the lights we see from them are transient, they bring so much joy. What's it like to be a Reaper? Well, I like what I do. It's fulfilling. I'm relatively new at this job. I've only been reaping for a year, which is nothing when you consider Master Reapers like Booba the Great and Sir Bowtie. Those aren't their real names, obviously. It's kind of like how you human rappers have rap names. Reapers give themselves Reaper names. You know, the name they're known by on the streets. My real name is Jean. And in the reaping world, I go by Jean. Well, I'm not famous. You have to be chosen by the old wise one to become a Reaper. Ah, good question. Reapers come from all sorts of places. A Reaper can be a fairy, an elf, or even a dragon. Take me, for example. I'm an elemental. Where's my black cloak? I don't have one. And to be honest, this scythe is just here for decoration. The black cloak and the scythe are projected human symbols. Because of that, some Reapers choose to dress like that to become more recognizable. Not me, though. I'm in this frilly dress. Once you get chosen as a Reaper, the powers of planewalking and multi-dimensional travel are bestowed upon you. I can change my density and become non-physical at will. That's how I communicate with and see souls. So, how are you liking the view from up here? It's great, isn't it? Yes, death is a fascinating topic. Most people are afraid of death, but it's mostly because they're afraid of the unknown. There's also the fact that losing someone you care about is really hard. Many of us have had that experience. I know I have. It is difficult, especially if that person was really special And grieving and feeling sad are part of the process. But, if it's any comfort, people are never truly gone when they pass over. They just change forms. Every day when I walk through the soul realms, I come across many souls traveling to visit their loved ones. Yeah, exactly like that. Humans can't always sense them, but they do watch over you. Those who have gone into the light aren't judgmental. When their awareness is no longer bound to their bodies, they can see the bigger picture. So even if you think you've done a bad thing, they still love you. I think what we can do is offer gratitude for the fact that they played a special part in our lives. We can always choose to celebrate what we had with them, whether they were an animal or a person. You want to know what the afterlife is like? I can only tell you about the places I frequent. There are many heavenly realms. One of the most beautiful places is called Amaris. Souls who go there are allowed to shapeshift at will. They can become flowers, trees, and birds. Some choose to take on their human forms, while others turn themselves into mythological creatures. That's just one place, though. There are others similar to it. In general, the souls are free to do what they like. Some decide to pursue things that they could never do while they were alive on Earth. For example, if they always wanted to become a painter, but their life didn't allow for that, they can become a painter once they cross over. And of course, in the heavenly realms, there's no war, and nobody fights over resources. Whenever somebody wants something, they just fashion it out of energy. It is great. So, do you want to stay up here for a little bit longer? At midnight, they're going to set off the fireworks. Let's watch them together, okay?